Hey guys, welcome to the Sunnydale Diaries, a podcast where I, Melanie,
And I, Sean.
watch every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and discuss the episodes and how related themes intertwine with our lives. As a reminder, Sean is a longtime fan of Buffy and has watched it multiple times. I have never seen it, brand new, so this is quite the journey for us. If you are returning, welcome back. If you've never listened to the podcast, welcome. We're glad you're here. Tonight we are talking about season 5, episode 10, Into the Woods.
I wore a green shirt in honor of the episode title.
I don't even remember what my prediction was about this, but it probably wasn't right.
It was a tough one. And
the title of this episode is very tangentially related to this episode. It's one throwaway line.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. This was a tough one. And trying to find a picture for if I had done the last scene, like Riley in the helicopter or something, it would be like a giveaway.
Yeah. Before we get into our discussion topic, I will just say this was not a funny episode.
It was
not lighthearted. So
this is the only episode of Buffy that I watched with my sister.
Really?
Yeah, she just happened to be over and she wanted to. She's like, "Okay, I'll watch it." And then, she likes the sappy stuff. So she's, "Oh no,
this one just happened to be on, or you picked this one to watch with her?
No. It just happened to be on when she was over.
Oh, okay. Is this one? I know you've said in previous episodes, some of them you rewatch more than others. Is this a rewatch
This
episode?
is one that I do not rewatch a lot.
All right. There are a couple funny things in this episode. One of them being when Xander and Anya are babysitting Dawn. And they're talking about how to best entertain her. And one of their ideas is taking her to a bar. And Anya says, Xander says they wouldn't serve her. And Anya says, we could bring something in. Strawberry schnapps. Tastes just like ice cream.
I am intrigued. I've never had strawberry schnapps. I've had other schnapps.
So let's talk about 1, underage drinking.
Okay.
And 2, some of the best, worst liqueurs you've had.
Okay.
So underage drinking. When was your first drink?
I was on a cruise with my family in 91, I think. It was either 91 or very beginnings of 92, and my parents had champagne, and they let me have a sip.
You were in international waters?
Yes,
So
yes, I
it's
must
legal?
have been. Yep.
Same. Maybe because I lived in Florida. I don't know. We did a lot of cruises. And I know my first drink was a sloe gin fizz on a cruise with my parents. That's what my mother advised me to have.
And you took your first sip, and you're like, this is
my new identity. No. After that, though, I mean, I have done my share of underage drinking for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
When do you remember your first underage drinking with friends?
Yes. My parents were out of town, and I had I think my cousin who wasn't much older than us was staying with us, and I had all my friends over to go in the pool and have fun, and we were making White Russians. And so just drinking White Russians the whole weekend. I don't know how none of us puked after all that dairy and sugar.
All weekend.
Yeah, but they were so good. Yeah, for sure. And then later on in my BBS days, we'd go every Friday to the bowling alley, and somebody would buy me. It was either Fuzzy Navel or Sex on the Beach. It was the 80s. I drank a lot of that.
Okay.
What about you?
The first time was when I was working at the supermarket, my first job, and I graduated high school already. I don't think I started college yet. It was that summer, and ran into some friends that were like a year younger than me. And I don't know how, because they all looked pretty young, but they got a case of beer and wine coolers, and they invited me over.
Wine coolers.
So we went, but I guess I wasn't ready for a beer yet. So I had a wine cooler.
Yeah.
That was my first drink. My first beer was, and I think I mentioned this before, but my friend Azad, she lived on campus and she had a party in her dorm and she had Heinekens. So my first beer was a Heineken.
Ugh.
I liked it at that time.
My first beer, I was actually when I was in college in Gainesville, and I went to a club, and it was like quarter pitcher beer night. And it was
Good
actually
stuff.
with Drew, who, was just
Oh.
my roommate at the time, and we got this pitcher of god awful beer. I mean, I'm not really a beer person anyway, but and they told me, "Just put lime in it. It'll taste better." There weren't enough limes in that bar for me to that beer. Blah, it was so gross.
Yep.
Ugh.
Or once second job, so I was working at Michael's, the craft store at this point, and this one girl, last name was Biedenbender, so it sticks in
Ooh,
my
good
head.
one.
She had a party and had both, like, all of us because there was, like, we were all teens working there, and I just was drinking. I didn't drive home. I ended up spending the night on her couch. A couple of us did, but, like, it was bad. That was probably, like, the first time Melanie and I have a joke that I fulcrum. Like, I'm drinking, I'm fine, and then I'm not.
Yeah.
And I definitely fulcrumed
Do
in that one.
you remember the first time you got sick from drinking? That had to be an underage
Huh.
thing, right?
Yeah, and it's probably with my husband because before him, I wasn't really drinking, like, liquor.
Mhm.
It was probably just, like, beer or wine coolers. Trying to think if there was anything before him. I don't none that I could remember, but I was just telling the story to somebody this week. On Monday nights, he had friends who played, like, in a cover band at this little bar, Kenny's Castaways in Manhattan, in Soho, and we would go and, like, he would it was, like, $5 Long Island iced teas. So that's what he was drinking, so I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have 1 or 2 or 3," or
Ugh.
so I'm sure that would have been, like, the first time that I was pretty sick.
I think I was 17. I was at my friend Dan's house. He was having a party, and I was drinking Bartles and James wine coolers all night,
Mm.
having a great time. I was having so much fun. And then on the way home, my friend was driving me home. I had my head out the window the whole time. I did not feel good. As soon as I went in the house, everybody was asleep. My bedroom was upstairs. My foot hit the first stair, and I was like, "Oh, no." And I ran upstairs, and I was sick, and my mom came in, and she held my hair for me and said, "This is it. This is the
Oh,
one time I'm gonna do this for you." I was like, "I'm never
yeah.
gonna drink again."
I know you've told me that
Yes,
story
yes.
before. I don't know if you've said it on the
Oh,
podcast, but yeah. It was very nice of your mom.
yes, for sure. Yes. Okay, so let's talk types of alcohol. So she mentions strawberry schnapps, which I've not had.
Mhm. No.
I
I had
have
watermelon.
ooh, I have had tequila rose, which is a strawberry cream tequila
Oh,
that
interesting.
when you chill it, it tastes like a strawberry milkshake.
See, that would be dangerous.
Yes, for sure. Yes. I've also had root beer schnapps.
Yes. It was really before I knew you, but probably in the 2000s, whenever we would have a party, I would make jello shots, but I would try and make interesting ones.
Yeah.
So I made a bunch with different schnapps. And I did a root beer. It was just plain gelatin and root beer schnapps. People liked it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
If you like that root beer flavor.
my ex-husband was not a drinker. He just didn't like the taste of alcohol, but I was a bad influence. I was always trying to find something that he would like. So we had all that crap, like the root beer schnapps. I think we had some kind of grape something.
Mm.
Oh. Ugh.
So in 2003, I was still living in New York, and I did a road trip down to Florida with 2 friends of mine, and we stayed a day or 2 at Disney, and we went to Pleasure Island.
Mhm.
For our younger listeners, before Downtown Disney was Downtown Disney,
Before
there
yeah,
is this
before it was
area.
Disney Springs.
Oh, that's like you're right,
Yep.
right. Before it was Disney Springs, there was Downtown Disney and an area, Pleasure Island,
Mhm.
that had a bunch of clubs.
Mhm.
So we drove there, and then sitting in the car, between the 3 of us, we shared a bottle of watermelon pucker.
Oh, man. Oh.
And then we went into Mannequins, the club with the rotating dance
Mhm,
floor,
best one.
and we're having a great time,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden it hit,
Not great.
and into the bathroom, and then I look in the mirror and I realize the shirt that I was wearing was on backwards.
Oh, nice. I got sick
So
in
it
that
was just
club.
like,
I got sick in that club too. We were we used to go there a lot, and we were friends with one of the bartenders, and she used to make this it was like a beach pail
"Oh,
with
no."
all sorts of stuff in it, and I drank that, and I, like you, had a great time until I
Until you
wasn't
didn't.
having a great time.
Yep.
That was so much fun,
What
that
other
place.
every time I probably only went there maybe 5 times max, but we always had a good
Good
time
time,
there.
yeah.
I feel because I know we talked a little bit about alcohol before. I feel like I've already told the story about my 3-day Labor Day hangover from 99 Bananas, the banana liqueur.
Oh,
That, Malibu rum, and it must have been pineapple juice.
okay, maybe. I could get on board with that.
Oh, it was absolutely
Yeah.
delicious. I guess it needed all that sugar and probably not drinking water. So that was Friday of Labor Day weekend.
Mhm.
I woke up Saturday, and it's one of those hangovers that came on slowly. So I woke up, "Oh, I'm okay." And then as the morning progressed, oh, I wasn't okay.
Ugh.
I was still sick Monday morning on Labor Day.
Oh. Oh, man.
So, as a joke, our former coworker, Deb, got me a little schnapps bottle of or like a little, little liquor bottles of it. It's still sitting on my bar. Can't do it.
Do you
Cannot do it.
so, okay, so those things that you have had and then you got sick, can you go back and drink those things again?
No,
No.
I would not do it.
I
No.
I was big on
Certain
Cosmos for a little while until I got really sick on Cosmos, and I was like, "Oh, nope, never again."
I don't think there's a certain a liquor that because the last time and I've really cut back drinking since that happened, but, like, the last time I had a lot of tequila,
Yeah.
like, I didn't touch it for actually, I don't think I had any until your husband got us shots when we were at that dueling piano bar last
Oh,
month.
man. Good times.
Yeah, yeah.
So there you go. You guys, what's the worst liquor you've ever had? Let us know.
Email
And you
us
got a
at the
good
Sunnydale
underage drinking?
Diaries.
We won't narc you out, but if you got a good underage drinking story, love to hear it.
Email us at the Sunnydale Diaries at gmail.com.
Sure. Let's talk about the episode.
But before we do,
Oh,
I
edit
would,
that out.
yeah. Before we talk about the
Yeah.
episode, I would like to shout out 2 of our recent Spotify listeners who left us some comments.
Oh, okay.
One was Chris Dollar. I made an inside joke reference that you did not get,
Oh.
and it's not gonna pay off for a while, but he mentioned it. He mentioned the joke, and then he said, "A solid setup for a joke that won't pay off for 12 more episodes."
Oh.
And then the other one was Angie Bailey,
Hi,
um,
Angie.
from our last episode, The Crithering. She was very excited for the episode. She was listening for a while and then got caught up, so she was happy we came out with a new episode.
Yay.
So, thank you, Angie and
Hey,
Chris.
thanks for reaching out.
All right, let's get into the
Let's do
woods.
it.
I didn't actually mean to say that. I was gonna say, "Let's get into," I was like, "Let's get into the woods."
So our previously on is nothing new, obviously. Buffy and Riley are just a mess.
Yes.
Spike is into Buffy and
Mhm.
in a stalkingly, creepily way right now.
Yep.
And Joyce still has her brain tumor. Hopefully,
Mm.
hopefully not for long.
Yeah, off to surgery she
Yeah.
goes.
I was thinking about, the last shot from last episode where they're wheeling her away and it's just the perspective of her seeing all of their faces. They all look so bummed and just, "Bye, Joyce. See you on the other side."
We hope you make
Yeah.
it.
They don't look reassuring at all. They're just resigned to the fact that she's gonna go. She's dying. That's it. You're not coming out of the one
So we
operating
pick
room.
up we pick up pretty much right after
Yeah.
that, or a couple of hours
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Hospital couch. And I'm like, man, I've spent time on those. Dawn is asleep.
She
Buffy
is
Riley.
this is the second time that we've seen Dawn sleeping soundly on one of these hospital chairs. Do you remember when you were young enough to be able to just fall asleep anywhere
Yes, anywhere.
soundly?
Like car ride home, 10 minutes out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I miss that.
Yeah.
Riley is there with her in a lighter turtleneck, not as heavy as the previous cable knit one. Maybe it was just me, but in that first shot, he looked a little sweaty. I'm like, oh, did he come running from somewhere? I just noticed it, wanted to
Yeah, because he didn't
clear
even know that she was going into surgery until 10 minutes before, because Buffy didn't tell him.
Giles shows up,
Yep.
like, "Oh, it's just me."
Yeah.
I love it when these fake hospital sets have the signs of the different areas of the hospital
Yeah.
on the wall. This one was North Ward, South Ward, and I don't remember one was lab, I think, or the other
Rehab.
one. They just make me rehab, yes. They just make me laugh when they do that.
Okay. Riley is comforting Buffy like a good boyfriend.
Yep.
The doctor is walking down the hallway, and I have a gripe with this. So that doctor knows that it's not bad news, right?
Yeah,
It's like the
yeah.
longest hallway. He sees them. They're all standing there looking, anxious and worried. And he can't even afford to give them a little smile or a thumbs up or something. He just
Thumbprint,
waits until he's right there.
deadpan the
Like,
whole
oh my
time.
God. Ugh.
Yeah, did you notice how meticulous his scrubs were? Even though he just came out of surgery. Pristine, like Buffy's dress in Prophecy Girl season 1. So clean. Good for him for being a neat
They don't do a
doctor.
good job of making things look filthy in this show. They
No, they
try.
don't.
They try with their
Mhm.
sets, but they're
Mhm.
never they can't do the filth good.
Mhm. I like the little back and forth between Willow and Xander, where she's, "What time is it?" "There's a clock behind you." And then she looks at it, "That's not right," and then looks at the clock.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a little snide. Just tell her what time it is.
Yeah, maybe he's one of those people who, when he's anxious, he gets snappy.
Snippy, maybe.
Yeah,
So then credits. We don't know
yeah.
yet what happened. Okay. Just to find out everything's fine. They
Mhm.
got the whole tumor. She's going to be fine.
She's in the one recovery bed.
I don't know the purpose of that arc.
I think just to overwhelm Buffy.
Okay. There's a
And I guess, I mean, that also shows, like, how all this stuff going on, she didn't confide in Riley, she didn't talk to Riley, she didn't
yeah,
express her emotion. I guess they needed something
I guess.
to show
I
that,
guess.
so they put it on Joyce.
Yeah.
Although, I was like, "No chemo? No radiation?
Nope.
Okay,
They just got it. They could see the whole thing. They got it. She's going to be fine.
good."
There's a little attempted humor with everybody hugging and Xander and Giles go to hug, but hey, no homo, bro.
They're too
Too
manly.
manly. And then Buffy hugs the doctor with her Slayer strength, and there's a funny back cracking sound effect.
Yeah, the caption said, "Bones crunching."
I love the random sound effects that they insert in this show.
Yeah, I will say I've never noticed it before this watch
Yeah.
because we had the ice cream frozen yogurt smooch. Yep. There was another one that we talked about. I think it was this season. I don't remember
Yes.
which one it was though.
Yes.
And then this bone crunching one.
Yes.
So yeah, Joyce is
Be
in the
fine.
clear, it looks like.
In the clear.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Dawn is staying over with Anya and Xander.
Mhm.
So that Buffy and Riley can boink.
One.
Boink.
That that isn't said enough anymore.
I think we should bring it back.
Bring
Bring
back the boink.
bring back the boink. It's my next t-shirt design.
I I thought she was pretty adorable with the chopstick thing.
Yes.
She would put him in her mouth,
Yes.
and Buffy would chase her out saying,
Yes.
"I'm the Slayer. I'm gonna get you." That was cute.
Do we when did she find out that Buffy was the Slayer? Was there
I think she's known.
She's just known.
I think, yeah,
It's
so
part of
I
the
like my
fake Dawn history.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
And then Anya says something funny about when she tells her that's the walrus story. Well, that's disturbing. You are emotionally scarred and it'll end badly.
Oh,
Oh,
Anya.
Anya. So then they're talking about what to do to entertain her, and they're saying we could play life, but we could wager on it this time.
And that's when Xander said, "Well, might as well just go to a bar.
Yes.
Get drunk."
Yes.
Emma Caulfield delivering these completely serious lines, I don't think they would serve her.
I know. I know, she's funny. And then they're gonna go to a movie, and there's a funny thing about the movie with the chimp playing hockey, and Anya is into it.
Yes. Because monkeys, they're all irrational.
I would love to see a fan-made, adaptation of that movie.
Yes.
Maybe that could be our contest. Somebody write a scene from that movie. Back over at Buffy's house.
Wait,
Oh,
before we go,
okay.
I got to say one more
Oh,
thing. When Dawn is talking about Buffy and Riley boinking,
yes.
and she said, they want alone time or something like that. That means loud, obnoxious sex, so
Yes.
I have to leave. And then Anya, does that mean we can't? Looking at Xander. I guffawed.
You
It just came out of my mouth. I laughed at that. Not a chuckle, like,
uh, I did not. I probably
okay,
went like this,
okay. Right,
which most of
right.
the time is what you get out of me for these episodes, unless there's a puppet or a robot. Ugh,
Rather than Buffy, slow dancing by candlelight.
yes, very romantic.
Mhm.
Buffy, okay, so I have a complaint about the dialogue in this scene.
Okay.
Buffy makes a comment about being relaxed. She
Mhm.
says, I feel like all the tension has left my body. Riley says, really? Because I had that scheduled for later. Grammatically, what? I feel like the tension has left my body. I had
Mhm.
that scheduled for later.
He was going to do
I
something
mean, I
to
know what
her
he
that was
means.
going
It
to
just bothered
okay,
me
okay.
grammatically. I know, I get it.
S
I
I'm trying.
I was going to remove the tension in your body later.
Okay,
I
I see what you're saying. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
okay.
Because she didn't remove the tension left, so how could he have scheduled I'm with you, I'm with you.
Okay.
Ew.
That's not exactly what I meant. I don't know, you guys help me. This is I had that scheduled for later. What? The tension leaving her body? I don't know, just grammatically it didn't make sense to me. You can edit this out.
Oh, no, stay in.
Ugh. Maybe this is my menopausal language barrier going on right here. I don't know. I'll get over it, Sean. Okay.
Okay.
So Buffy does admit to him. He makes a comment about how strong she was and she handled it so well. And she's, oh no, I was really going through it. I was crying so much I didn't know think I could stop. And he's what? Again,
Yeah.
because she doesn't talk to him. She
Mhm.
doesn't tell him what's going on. He had no idea. She, like you'll find out later, like he says, she doesn't let him in and
So
see her
why
vulnerable.
right, why do you think that is? Why won't she be vulnerable around him?
I think she kind of alludes to it when they have their big fight that she needs, well, and we've seen it, she needs to be in control.
Mhm.
And that includes controlling everyone and their perception of her, I think. And if she were vulnerable, so if she would have done that, it would have, if she would have cried in front of him until she didn't think she could stop, like just lose it, then he might perceive that she's not strong. And that I think would affect her ability to be the slayer and to be as independent and brutal as she needs to.
Okay.
Huh? Right?
Yeah, I was going along the same lines, but I wanted your take on it.
Yeah.
Have you ever cried so much you couldn't stop?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I have. Yeah.
I mean, I don't need details, I just wanna know if
Yeah.
it
Oh,
happened.
yeah. For sure. You?
Okay, yeah. It's been a while, but yes.
Yeah.
My husband says I make dying seal noises.
Oh,
Pretty bad, yeah. But no, thankfully, that has not happened in a long time.
because we're both so happy.
Exactly,
Life is great right now.
because of this podcast.
That is true. Yes, that is exactly right.
We got some other good stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, there's some other stuff too, but up here, podcast.
My oh, this is where we get to the title where she says very, like you said, it's a throwaway line. Mom's out of the woods.
Yep. That's all that matters. Mom's out of the woods and we're together.
Mhm. My next note, all in caps, unnecessary sex montage.
Mine says, sexy time, gross.
Sexy time was my next note.
Sexy time,
It
gross.
just seemed it's like from that one I think it was the Iron team. We just don't need it.
Don't need it. And the look on her face as I guess he's thrusting into her is this wide-eyed, oh, surprise. Had a funny look on her face.
Case Surprise.
Sex acting. And then we cut to outside the window, and Spike is just standing out there on the sidewalk gazing up at the window, really
Always by that tree. He loves that tree.
hearing them have sex.
Oh. And then in their post-coital nap,
Mhm.
Riley sneaks out of the
Mhm.
house. And Spike follows him.
Mhm. Yep, where's he going? Oh, he's going to the vampire suck-off nest. The suck-off
Yes.
house.
That would be an Airbnb listing.
Yeah, they get a lot of clients.
At the hospital,
Yeah.
Joyce and Buffy are discussing wigs.
Okay. It didn't look like her head was shaved. I mean, she
No,
had that
no, it
bandage there, but it looked like it was over
yes,
her hair. And if
yes,
they
it did.
did shave, it would have been, like, back here, and she could have easily just pulled her long hair over it. The rest of her hair was perfectly the same.
Mhm.
The girl does not need a wig,
Yeah,
right?
I'm with you.
Okay,
Yes, absolutely.
okay. But it was, if you've ever heard the term, a MacGuffin.
What does that mean again?
It my understanding of it, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's just a small plot device used to move a scene along. So it's just
Ah, okay.
something they have there so that Buffy can have this conversation with her mom. It doesn't really add
Mhm.
anything to the story, or it's really not meaningful in any way. It just helps give them a reason to be standing there talking and move things along, I think. And the conversation in this case is Joyce is saying, you know, you need to take care of yourself and enjoy, relax, do something with Riley, like Bible study.
Well, then, and Buffy even says, like, "I can see him whenever."
Yeah,
Yeah, he's there. He's at my beck and
that's
call.
right.
It's like,
Yeah,
ugh.
yeah, yeah. Then we are in a room with these military army guys, including Graham,
With
right?
berets. Yes.
Right. And they're talking about something's going on in the village somewhere. They're gonna have to go check it out.
Mhm. And Graham asks, "What about
What
Riley?
about Riley?
Agent Finn,
Yeah, we need him on the
bring him
team.
along." Mhm.
Back to Buffy's room. She hears a door click and she thinks it's Riley. It's not. It's Stalker Spike. SS.
He could have just well, first of all, why are they not locking their doors and closing windows? But I mean, I'm sure he doesn't have a key, but he could have just knocked on the door. I mean, I understand it's nighttime, but you don't have to go I mean, I know why he did,
Right.
but you don't have to go in there. He wants to show her something.
Gotta show you something. Trying to help. I gotta show you something. And then there's a funny moment where she's going to put on her clothes. He's, I don't care. And the look on his face when he turns around, he's, oh my God. Oh, Spike. Now we're in the back alley.
Mhm. Before we go in,
Oh,
did you happen to catch any of the
I
posters?
did. There was no widespread panic.
No.
String cheese incident, who I've heard of.
And I know we mentioned them before.
Yeah.
In that season 4 episode where everybody was bringing Giles cake, it was Buffy's birthday,
Yeah.
that was in the background there,
Oh,
so
okay. And I think the other one was Mentor.
I think
And
so,
I
yeah.
tried looking it up and I couldn't find anything about them.
Mhm, mhm.
My question is, who is the target audience for these bands that they're putting their posters in this back alley where nobody goes except for derelict vampires and vampire suck off addicts?
That is a very valid question.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
have also a small aside to tell you a story about this posters and how those posters get there. My ex boyfriend and his best friend, that was actually a job they had in Dallas. They called it postering. And they would go out in the middle of the night because technically it's illegal with giant
Mm.
trash cans of glue, and they'd go to places, you know, construction sites, and put up as many posters as they could, you know, whatever posters they were
Hmm.
sent that week, and then take pictures of it and get out of there. And they'd get paid by how many posters and how many locations they put up. I know, it was like a middle of the night thing. We have to go postering tonight. What a weird job.
Yeah. Huh, the things you
I
learn.
know. Da, da, da.
We are an educational podcast.
I will say, I think they did a pretty good job with this set. The
Yes.
dirty, rundown building inside that building.
Yeah. So it's not a crack house. Is it a snack house?
That's a good one, Sean.
I knew I was gonna get you to laugh
Um,
at that one.
it is definitely like an allegory or a metaphor for a crack house, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Buffy does find Riley after wandering
Mhm.
through a bit, finds Riley getting sucked on by the female vampire, and he's harder. Ah, ugh,
Yeah.
harder.
Oh,
I was like, "Oh, that's so gross."
and she's just stunned.
She's stunned,
Like
but sh
like, part of it is, because she was in her own world so much that she really had no clue. Walking into that place, I'm sure that was the last thing that she expected to see.
yeah. Well, I mean, she woke up with Spike there, and Spike and Riley
Mhm.
was not there. She had to notice that. Riley's not in the
But yeah,
house.
okay.
She must have
I don't
suspected that this is, oh, Riley, something to do with Riley.
alright,
Don't you
yeah.
think?
I mean,
You think she's that out
she
of it that
ignores him
she's
so much, she may
maybe,
not even have noticed.
maybe.
No, but
Um,
I agree.
I don't know. So he sees her and she runs out and away. He chases after her, has a little altercation with the vampires that are downstairs. And then we just cut to Buffy back at home in shock,
Yeah. Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And then Riley goes home to find the army guys are just sitting there in his apartment in the dark.
Does anyone lock their doors in Sunnydale? The place
Well,
is
and
infested with vampires and demons.
right. And you don't have to sit in the dark. You can turn the lights on. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Weirdos. They tell him about this issue, these demons in
Believes, yeah.
Belize, and they want him to join them. And it's high risk, low pay, and seriously messy. And they're shipping out tomorrow night at midnight, which I mean, I don't know. Why do they have to leave at midnight? I don't know. That's weird.
Midnight. Yeah. Then we go to the magic box.
Yes, and this is your screen grab that you showed me last
Yeah.
episode. Um,
Yep. Really didn't help you at all.
no, and this is so interesting because, well, I don't know if it's so interesting, but this is their Christmas episode, apparently.
Yeah, yeah, it aired December 19th, 2000. So yeah, right before
And
Christmas.
this is the only mention of it being Christmas in
Mhm.
the whole episode,
Yep.
which I don't even know why they bothered.
Yeah, fair point. It's not like that played into
Not,
anything.
nope. I mean, there's the
Nothing.
funny thing about the chicken feet.
Mhm.
Um,
A and that's not the first time that Willow and Anya got into it over chicken feet. Way back in season 3 in Doppelgangland,
yeah,
when Anya was getting Willow to cast the spell, try and get her necklace, but instead it made 2 willows, or it broke Vampire Willow from the other dimension,
right.
and, like, the spell was going on, and Willow kinda freaks a little bit because of what happened, and she, "I believe these chicken feet are mine," and she grabbed them and walked out.
Callbacks. Do you think they were like,
It's like,
we have these chicken feet we've had since season 3. What can we do with these chicken feet?
they saved a couple of bucks on
It's
that
time to
one.
bring the chicken feet back. Bring back the feet.
I mean, they had to get a helicopter, so they needed to save some money somewhere, so they reused props.
Yes, that's it. And then there is a funny thing about Anya and how they're teasing her, and she says, "I can just hear you in private. I dislike that Anya. She's newly human and strangely literal."
I want that on a
True.
t-shirt.
Yeah, that's a good one. Buffy comes in, and that girl is hot.
Yeah, she's on a mission.
Oof. She wants information on that vampire's nest. And then it comes out that this whole thing of the vampire people seeking out the vampires and paying them to suck on them, and they both get something out of it, and this is a thing.
Yeah,
And
the institution.
apparently Giles and Anya both know about this.
And Buffy's kinda pissed. "Why didn't you
Mhm.
tell me about it?" I
Mhm.
mean,
But
not the biggest.
yeah, Giles makes a good point. You've got bigger fish to fry here, like maybe Glory.
Right.
who we haven't seen in a while. Doesn't matter. Buffy's not listening. She's gonna go get these vampires. This is a personal thing now. She's just
Yeah.
emotional. Anya's left in charge at the store.
I'm sure she thrilled them out.
Yeah, yeah.
Have a nice day. Don't get killed.
Yep.
So they get to. It's weird because inside it almost looks like a house, but
Yeah.
outside it looked industrial.
Yeah, like a warehouse or something.
Yeah. But no vampires. Place is empty. Probably because Buffy was there the night before.
Right.
She sets fire to the place.
Yeah. They're like, it's okay, it's all right. Next time we'll get him. Da da da. And she just throws that heater thing and sets fire. Over emotional.
Mhm.
Then we cut to Spike, who's having a drink at his his crypt.
Mhm.
Then Riley comes in, and Riley is pissed. Everybody's pissed in this episode.
Yes.
And he stakes Spike.
Mhm.
Cut to commercial. You remember
Yeah.
the first time you watched this? Were you like,
I'm sure I was. Yeah.
oh, but in typical Buffy fashion, it was a fake out.
Plastic wood grain.
Plastic wood grain.
The way that Spike was like, "Oh, it kind of reminded me of Paul Rubens at the end of the
Yes,
Buffy movie."
yes, for sure. Yes, yes. Riley knows that Spike is into Buffy.
Yeah.
And then Spike lays some heavy truth on Riley and tells him, you're not right for her. You're not the long haul guy.
And if things were good, you wouldn't be getting suck jobs from two-pit vampire trolls.
That's right. That's right.
I had to Google troll.
And what did you find?
An archaic or literary term for a prostitute, strumpet, or low-class woman.
There you go.
Often synonymous with a trollop or wench.
Ooh, trollop. That's another good one.
Yeah.
So Spike does admit, though, that he is into Buffy.
Mhm.
But he knows he says he doesn't think he has a chance.
Yeah. And then they kind of have a heart-to-heart.
A little bit. They share a drink.
Yeah.
Yep. Back at the magic box, Buffy is training on the punching bag. I kept expecting it to bust open.
Yeah.
Because she was going at it really hard.
Yeah.
Xander and Anya are in the front and they're talking about it. And Xander knows something bad is up with her.
Mhm.
And he's kind of telling Anya about it. And then Riley comes in and tells them to get out.
And Anya thinks, they're having sexy time in the back. And there's a funny thing with the vaulting horse.
As they're leaving, so Anya says something about she wants to go home and have sex. And Xander's, I've got things to take care of. What the hell does Xander have to take care of?
That's what I was wondering.
He's turning down sex with Anya.
Right.
All right.
So then
this is the next
Buffy and Riley.
The big Buffy Riley fight scene.
They get into it.
So Buffy's points. I was trying to look at this objectively. I watched it twice, this scene, to see does she have a good point? Does he have a good point? I don't know. So her points, what were you thinking? You could have been killed. How long have you been lying to me? And this is where she says during this conversation, I need to be on top of everything. That's what a slayer is. And then she says, I am stronger than you. And she says, this is the package. This is what I have to offer you. And if it's deficient, we have a problem. His points. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like his point was his first point, which I thought was horrible, was, well, I did it because Dracula bit you.
Right.
And it's like, dude,
right. Well, yeah, that's how it started.
Yes.
Right. And then he said also, what kind of power do they have over you? I needed to feel that. So all that aside, then he gets into the real meat of it, which is those vampires made me feel something that I don't feel from you. They needed me.
Mm.
You keep me at a distance, which is true. And he says, you say you've given me your heart and soul, but I don't feel it. I had a guy say that to me once. Not in those exact words.
Okay.
Yeah. He said, we used to pass notes back and forth in high school, and he said something like, when he was breaking up with me, that I only wrote it. He didn't feel it. I always wrote I love you to him. I never said it, and he never felt it. And it was just cold, dry words on a page. Oh, oh,
Those were the words he used?
yes. Yeah, I know,
Ouch. My
I know.
goodness.
But so Peter Myers. So, what is that, 40 years later? I still remember that. It was horrible. But yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not wrong. Riley.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
But, we don't know because these aren't real people. We don't know what happened off screen. Did he ever say anything to her like, "You're shutting me out. It's affecting our relationship." He kinda sniveled at her a couple of times, "You're not letting me in,"
Yeah.
but
I don't know if he even sniveled. I mean, even in the last episode or one of the last episodes, he's, "You got a lot on your mind. If you choose to let me in on any of it,
yeah,
you know where to find me."
you're right.
And I
You're right.
think the way he said that might have been a little bit sarcastic, but only because I think he has said similar things to her. They've
Yeah.
had this argument or a version of this argument in the past, I feel. I think
Yeah,
he has
you're right.
said it to her a few times. And she
Mhm.
just I don't know.
Either
Didn't
she
hear
didn't
it?
care or didn't hear it.
Yeah. I feel like she didn't hear it. She doesn't wanna hear
Yeah.
it. Just like when they're like, "Don't go to that vampire nest,"
Yeah.
she doesn't wanna hear it. She's gonna do what she wants to do.
Mhm.
Ugh, not a good girlfriend. Okay. Anyway, Riley tells her about the military thing,
Mhm.
and immediately she hears an ultimatum. She's just always on the defensive,
Yeah, yeah, she is a lot.
you
You're
know,
absolutely right.
which I guess part of that serves her in her role as Slayer, but you gotta separate that if you wanna have a good relationship with people.
Yeah.
She hears an ultimatum and she gets mad, and he just says, "I'm gonna go unless you give me a reason not to go."
Mhm.
And she just walks out instead. Okay, Buffy's walking home now via the back alleys, of course, because that's the
Of
only way you
course.
can get anywhere is either through the cemetery or through the back alleys, or maybe through an underground tunnel.
I was gonna say, or the sewers.
Yeah, yeah. And she's ambushed by the vampires from the crack house.
Mhm.
This is the big fight scene of the episode. She gets them all with this one pole stake thing she's got. Uh,
Yeah, some double staking
yep,
action.
yep, yep. She gets the last vampire, the one that was sucking on Riley with some Olympic javelin action as she's
Yeah,
walking
first,
out.
like, it looked like she was letting her go,
Did.
and then
No.
that
Mm-mm.
actress's name was Rainey Jo Stout.
That's a great name. Rainy
She wasn't
Joe's.
really in anything else after that.
I knew a girl in school, her name was Angel Divine.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mm.
I think that triple staking that she did before she took out she took out 3 at once.
Yeah.
It was like, "Choo, choo, choo," and I think the video game took that move, because I was watching it, I'm like, "I remember doing that on the
Oh,
Xbox
really?
game."
That's a good move.
Yeah. Well, even with the one head guy, which gets him as he's jumping,
Yeah.
which it looked like he was jumping over her, so I was like, "Dude, where are you going
Yeah.
anyway?"
He was gonna come land behind her and then attack.
She's the Slayer.
Yeah. Xander apparently was there watching that whole thing. He just comes out of the shadows. "Do you feel better now?" She doesn't want to hear it from him. So she walks into this building.
Just
I
a
don't know where
random
she
building.
thinks she's going.
I saw all the boxes and like, I wonder if that's the band candy.
Oh, maybe. Maybe it's the same set with the warehouses and the ramp and the maybe. So this is time for Xander's tough love to Buffy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In his speech, and he tells her, you know, you shut down and you're treating him like the rebound guy after Angel. And
Mhm.
this is the once in a lifetime guy. I need to see what you're doing. And she of course gets defensive and she's like, "What about you?"
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like,
Like, this is
"This
not
is so not about me."
yeah.
And he tells her, you need to he's risked everything, and if you're about to what do you say? You're about to let him fly because you don't like ultimatums. If he's not the guy, if what he needs from you isn't there, let him go. But if you think you can love this guy, think about what you're about to lose. Who
And
is
then
this guy? Who is this
yeah,
Xander? Where did this come from?
he had some good things to
Mr.
say. He really did.
Perceptive.
Yeah.
Wow. So
And you see the realization
you
hit
do.
her
You
hit her
see it
her
wash over
face, but
her, and he's like, "Run, go." So then we get the slow motion running. She's running through the streets trying to get to him. I don't know how she knows where he is and what time he's
it's probably only
leaving,
one place.
but, maybe that's a Slayer thing, I don't know. He and the cuts between her running and him waiting, watching the field and the woods because he knows she'll come through the woods. Oh, that's the other place you
Mhm,
could go. If you're not in the sewers and the cemetery, you could go through the woods.
mhm. And there's one gotcha moment for the viewer where he's watching and you see her stepping out of something and it looks like she's right there, but no,
No.
she's not there
No,
yet.
she's not there.
And he finally
He does.
boards the chopper.
Yeah. Yeah. Just as she's running out and calling his name and he can't hear her. I don't agree that he wouldn't have looked back at where he was when he was taking off. I
Mm,
mean, just a human would you would look back. You would look
yeah.
out to but he doesn't, and he leaves, and she's left there alone, looking up at him leaving. And then we cut to Xander at his place, and Anya's there, and he gives this nice declaration of love to Anya, which I'm like, again, who is this guy? This mature dude who's communicating so well.
And that's how it ends, right?
The end shot is Buffy alone in the house and Riley flying away in the helicopter. How many stakes do you give this one?
2.5.
Same for me.
Ah, I was within 0.25 with my estimate of what I thought you would say.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why did you think? What did you base that guess on?
One, I don't like this episode that much. And I just I just felt like the whole back and forth between I just didn't think you would enjoy it.
No. I will say two big picture things for this. One, I'm glad they cut it off with Riley. I mean, he's a nice guy. He deserves better. He needs to go find his purpose outside of Buffy. They were not a good match. Two, Gloria is the big bad this episode or this season, right?
Oh, I can't tell you
Oh,
that.
well, I feel like she must be. If she's
Okay.
this huge, powerful being, she's got to be in the background doing stuff. But we're on episode 10. What has
Mhm.
she been in? 3 episodes?
No, more than that.
I don't
But yes, you're
know.
right.
We really haven't. I
There's
mean,
definitely
the mayor was in every freaking episode almost of his season.
yeah. Don't worry.
All right.
We'll get
All
there.
right.
We will see more glory. I
Okay.
promise you.
All right.
I was going through the rest of the episodes of the rest of the season because this is my least favorite episode of season 5.
Okay. All right. What was your favorite line in this episode?
Oh, what did I put down? There were so many good Anya
Yeah.
lines. You know me. I go for the
Anya has
humor.
all the good lines.
Yeah. I think it was I made this one guy spontaneously combust and he set his own village on fire. We didn't talk about it, but
Mine was either the
yeah.
she's newly human and strangely literal or have a nice day, don't get killed.
Yeah. If I didn't go for that one, it was gonna be the strawberry schnapps.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk about the next episode? What
Yes,
is it?
the next episode. Next episode, season 5, episode 11, Triangle.
Oh, oh. No, well, there's not a lover's triangle anymore because Riley's gone. Triangle. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. I got nothing. Maybe there's. Oh, no. All right. I'm going to say it's a love triangle of someone, but who would
Okay.
it be? It's
Perfect.
not going to be Spike, Riley, Buffy anymore because Riley's gone. Xander, Anya, somebody? Or Tara, Willow, somebody? No. Or there's a magic triangle. Bing,
And what happens when you hit it?
bing. It summons a demon.
Okay.
It's either a love triangle or it's a physical triangle of something.
Hmm.
Okay, I see you just sent me something.
I sent you the
All
screenshot.
right, I'm gonna go look at it.
I will say there was one scene with Giles, Joyce, and somebody else, and I'm like, "Ooh, maybe," because I had a feeling you would go love triangle, and I'm like, "Oh, if I said that to her, is she gonna think that Giles and Joyce are back at it?"
All right, this is that Xander? His
It is
hair looks
Xander.
so
His hair's getting
long.
very long.
His hair looks
Yeah.
real long and shaggy. All right, so it's Xander, Anya, and Willow. Let's see. Hang on, I gotta maximize this screen. Full screen. Looks like they're in the coffee shop. There's coffee behind them, and they look scared. Yeah, that doesn't really help me, Sean.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with my is it a triangle between Anya, Xander, and Willow somehow? Yeah, Xander's
Xander,
gonna remember he
Willow.
had feelings for Willow way back way back when. I don't know, but I'm excited to see it. Whatever it is.
Okay. I will say you will like this
Oh,
one.
okay, that must mean it's a funny one. I'm gonna go with my
It is.
triangle then.
Ding. Okay. All right. Wh- If that were true, what kind of demon is being summoned?
Oh, one that sings opera.
How amazing would it be if you
He's
got that
got
part
he's
right?
got that hat on. You know, the operatic Viking helmet?
I do.
Alright.
That was an amazing prediction. That made me laugh. I like that.
Okay.
You know what else makes me
What?
laugh? Looking at our socials.
Does it now? Why don't you talk more about that?
Sure. We
While
are
I laugh at you.
everywhere. We are everywhere that matters at the Sunnydale Diaries. We also have a website, thesunnydalediaries.com. From there, you can get links to our episodes on various podcast platforms. You can get a link to our Discord server, send us a message, get a link to our merch on Zazzle. And you also can get a link to Melanie's fused glass art. She recently made some Buffy
I
pieces.
did.
Yeah.
I did.
Very, very cool. Class Protector Award.
Please go check it out.
Yeah. I when you sent me the picture, I was like, "Oh, that's amazing."
Yeah? Oh, good. I think I might bring one when we go to Hellmouth Con.
Which we will be at June 12th to the 14th
Right?
in Torrance, California, where seasons 1 and 3 were filmed. It takes place at the high school, Torrance High School.
Mhm.
So there will be many Buffy and Angel actors that are going to be there.
Neat.
Claire Kramer,
Yep.
Glory, Amber Benson plays Tara. Who else we got? Emma Caulfield,
Mhm.
who played Anya,
Mhm.
and a few from
Larry
Angel.
Bagby.
That Larry Bagby played Larry in the earlier seasons. So
Yep.
we are very excited to go.
Yes.
And if you're going, please say hello.
Yeah, let us know if you're going. We'd love to have, like,
Yeah.
a meetup with people.
There was somebody I was talking to on TikTok. Val the Buffy Gal does Buffy trivia like once a month, and I went and one person was talking about it. I'm like, oh, we're going too.
Yeah,
And we also do have an email
we do.
address, the Sunnydale Diaries at gmail.com.
Yep.
Send us an email.
Please do.
We love emails.
And we love you.
Absolutely.
Aw, Art. That's horrible. Gen's Gen X.
That's a good one.
Gen X. There we go. Okay, good.
Anything else on Into the Woods?
I got nothing else, Sean. I used it all
All
up.
right. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah, let's just move
I was
on.
waiting for
She
this.
needs a little more dysfunctional love.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we will be back with Triangle.
All right. Hey, we'll see you then. Bye,
Bye.
guys.